Hello, my name is Andy Haynes and I'm here to tell you about another development funding opportunity with CrowdProperty. This is for Field Green Barn, Sponden Lane, Sandhurst in Kent, TN18 5NR. Now, CrowdProperty is a peer-to-peer lending platform designed to facilitate loans between private individuals and professional property businesses. CrowdProperty is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority under permission number 723959. CrowdProperty is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. There are risks with any loans you make, and your capital is at risk. CrowdProperty, though, endeavours to protect all lenders, and this is done by registering the legal first charge against the property project. This means that in the very unlikely event a borrower defaults on the loan, CrowdProperty will enable to take ownership of the project and manage it for the lenders. Now, this opportunity is a former agricultural building. It's in a rural location within Weald, which is an area of outstanding natural beauty. The local villages nearby include Hawkhurst and Cranbrook, and this property is already owned by the borrower, which is Launchpad Strategies Limited. CrowdProperty has agreed to lend £595,000 as phase one of a two-stage raise. This property has already been valued by a Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors at £850,000, and there's planning consent for development of this particular building into two residential units. The loan is going to be for 18 months, and there will be a first charge security taken by CrowdProperty on the land. So here's what the borrower is proposing to do. They're looking to build the property and then sell it on the open market. It's a rural location within an area of outstanding natural beauty. It's currently an existing single-storey former 1960s agricultural building, and it's on a site which totals 4.9 acres. Access to the property is directly off Sponden Lane, which is an adopted highway. Local amenities nearby are in the villages of Hawkhurst and Sandhurst, which are around about 2 miles away from this particular site. And it's the district centres nearby of Tunbridge Wells and Ashford. They're about 10 miles to the north and the east. It's proposed under the planning which has already been granted. The reference number is 17/03348, which has been granted by Tunbridge Wells Borough Council. It's proposed to build and construct two 3-storey attached buildings of 4,607 square feet each. It's a barn-like conversion of the existing building, incorporating a timber-clad external elevation, full height glass panels under a zinc sheet roof. Internally, the open area will form large ground floor living space, a first floor there with bedrooms, and also a second floor area which has a terraced and inset balconies. There's also integrated garages at the ground floor. Externally, there's gardens and a driveway and a split of the field that's next door to it. The build program is anticipated as being around about 40 weeks, and the borrower then is going to sell the properties on completion. Let's show you then the location of it. And as you can see on this map, it's close to Hawkhurst, which is in Weald, which is an area of outstanding natural beauty. It's not too far away from Sandhurst, and you can see that it's sort of Royal Tunbridge Wells is sort of northwest of this particular site in this area of Kent. Here's the site plan and an aerial view of the site, and if you look there, the red outline is sort of the proposed land used by the two properties. This is the barn just here, which is split into two down the middle, and these then are the sort of gardens of these particular properties. But the actual acreage of it comes up this road here, across this section here, and down through. That's roughly the area of sort of close to sort of 5 acres on this particular project. And then this is what they're looking to do. There's a driveway in here for this section of the semi-detached property, and another driveway in here for this section. The building, the farm building at the moment, is going to be split into two as per the proposed planning permission. So let's then look at the architect's plans on this particular project, and you can see on here they've got then a left and a right property. This here is under building sort of storage for a garage, if you like. This is garage storage for a second vehicle. This then is another storage area, with this being access into the front door, and then corresponding on the other side, that's to be access into the front door. This is a storage area, garage 1 and garage 2 on this particular one, and it will make sense when I go on to the proposed ground floor plan, which is next. So as you see here, look, we've got the 2 garages here on this left hand side and corresponding on the right hand side, a store area as well for each of the flats, and then a covered courtyard, which then takes you into the entrance of the property with a terrace, an internal terrace off there with an open outlook just there. As you come into the property, you're into a large sitting dining room area, kitchen, and there's also a utility area off of this entrance hall with a separate toilet as well. When we then go up onto the first floor, you'll see that there are good 4 bedrooms. 3 of them have a dressing area, and 2 of the bedrooms have an ensuite. So here's the first bedroom here, which has a dressing area taken you into ensuite here. The second bedroom here goes through this dressing area into an ensuite. The third bedroom there has a separate dressing area, and then there's a 4th bedroom as well. Those 2 will use the family bathroom just over here, and there's also a study here on this first floor, going out into the terrace as well just there. And then this then has a roof terrace. So as you go up there onto the second floor, this is a garden terrace type area in the roof with a garden store, and the developer was saying that this very often might well be used as sort of a home office or something, because it's going to have fantastic views out there, or maybe it's an open barbecue area, but really is a sort of a great lifestyle space to be using on this particular project. So when we look then at the proposed floor areas, the ground floor has a covered entrance of 25 square metres. The reception hallway is 28 metres squared. And then there's that large kitchen living room area. That space is 105 square metres. The utility room with the toilet just off of that is 8.5 square metres. Then there's storage of 16 metres squared, and then that garaging area for 2 cars, 34 square metres. That's all on the ground floor. When we go up to the first floor, the landing area is 40 square metres. Bedroom 1 is 36.5 metres squared. That's got the ensuite as well, plus the dressing room area. Bedroom 2 is slightly smaller at 31.5 square metres. That's also got an ensuite and a dressing room. And then bedroom 3 is 21 square metres, and bedroom 4, 20 square metres plus that dressing area. There's also the family bathroom, which is 15 metres squared, and then that terrace area, which has got 28.5 metres squared. So very generous on its space there on those particular bedrooms and within the ground floor. Then when we go up then to the second floor, that roof terrace is 102 metres squared, and then the garden storage area, that's 13.5 square metres. And there's sort of a depiction on the right hand side there with this former barn that's sort of got wooden cladding on it, and a wonderful aspect looking at over that area of outstanding natural beauty. So here's then what is proposed. It's phase 1 that we're looking at here, but it will be a 2-phase loan, but we're purely at this moment looking to raise phase 1, which has a site value existing of £850,000 in the opinion of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. The estimated build cost is 1.2 million, and each of those properties will sell, it's anticipated, for 1.1 million each. So that makes 2.2 million in total. So against the agreed amount to be lent on this first phase, £595,000, the loan term is 18 months. The loan to value is 70%. Phase 2 is expected to launch later on this year in Q3. So the proposed loan then, £595,000, which is 70% loan to value against the RICS valuation of 850,000 on this side. The money is going to be secured with a first charge against the property. The interest is going to be paid at 8% per annum, with the interest being paid at the end of the project. The maximum loan period is of 18 months, but it could be less than that, but will be a minimum of 6 months guaranteed interest on this particular project. And the loan is going to be commencing in the next few weeks during April 2018. Then the capital plus the interest is going to be repaid from the refinance of the loan. The borrowers are a father and son developer team. They're a family-run business based in Tunbridge Wells in Kent. They're already very experienced, having successfully completed over 30 projects during the last 15 years, consisting of extensions, conversions and new builds, and they've borrowed and returned in full already from CrowdProperty on 2 separate previous occasions. The first project was a conversion of the former Flying Dutchman public house. They made that into 4 flats and also 2 separate commercial units downstairs, which is now their offices. The second project that they did was the construction of a pair of semi-detached houses on a former pub car park. Both of those projects have been paid back in full to CrowdProperty lenders. They're also currently constructing 2 new houses just 1 mile away, from which CrowdProperty has loaned them £460,000. That's due to be paid back in July 2018. And then 2 weeks ago, CrowdProperty raised £250,000 and also £300,000 for this company in less than 5 minutes. And those loans are now completed and funding their particular projects. So CrowdProperty is a responsible lender, and they want to make sure that the borrowing is sound as well. So to be clear, the amount of the loan is based on this project and the experience of the developers. It's going to be a single raise of £595,000 secured against the current value of the property, in the opinion of RICS, of £850,000. That means the loan to value of the land is 70%. CrowdProperty then will have the first charge to protect the lenders in the event of any default. Phase 2 then will be launched when the borrower has completed some pre-start planning and also some technical surveys. The construction of the scheme is estimated to cost 1.2 million. Now, in the opinion of RICS, on the GDV is 1.1 million for each house. So that means with the 2 properties, that's 2.2 million. The borrower is an existing client, having repaid in full 2 previous loans, and they've got 3 current loans in play. And this borrower has over 15 years development experience to deliver on this project. So your next steps then would be to go to crowdproperty.com and first of all make sure that you fully understand the terms of this loan. It's important that you carry out your own due diligence on this project and on the developers, and then decide how much you would like to lend. Lending starts from just a minimum of £500 up to the maximum of what the project is. Then you can go to the website and pledge on launch. The launch is going to be tomorrow. That's the 20th of March at 10 a.m. You will be able to preview this particular project prior to it going live at 10 a.m. on the 20th of March. Go to the website, that's crowdproperty.com, pledge on launch. It's important that you allow us to conduct all the necessary anti-money laundering checks on yourself as someone who wants to bid on this particular project. And then when you have a successful bid, you will then be asked to send your funds to the CrowdProperty solicitors, and then you can start earning interest on completion of the loan agreement. So I really hope that you can support us on this particular project, and thank you for listening to this particular webinar. My name is Andy Haynes. I look forward to joining you soon on another CrowdProperty webinar. Bye for now.